In some recent research we carried out into estate planning and inheritance tax planning with our research partners, so here's the plan. We talked to a number of advisors and unsurprisingly found that advisors felt that in advised markets, inheritance tax and estate planning was one that should be set for growth. Most obviously because people that are interested or concerned about inheritance tax are probably those who are more wealthy, and people who are more wealthy tend to be a little older. Combination of wealth and age means inheritance tax is a subject of interest. Now, when we talked to advisors in a little more detail, we found that whilst they had talked to, on average, over 60%, actually nearly 70% of their clients who should be interested in estate planning, about estate planning, they only actually did business with just over 20%. So why was that? Well, two of the main reasons stated were client concern over access and control. That is, continuing access to the money or assets that could be the subject of estate planning, and control over that money or those assets. Now, a way to give control, of course, is with a trust, and a way to retain access very effectively, especially with investments, would be to use one of the types of trusts well known in the market, DGTs and loan trusts. So perhaps what we found indicates that maybe these solutions aren't embedded as well as they should be, or maybe even explained as well as they should be. There's also, of course, a consideration that maybe business property relief type of investments should be considered a little more, be giving both access and control. So all of that said, how about the role for protection? Because if you find that the client is unable, even with loan trusts or DGTs, to accept them because they may see them as a little too complex, not that they are, but some clients might see them as such, or can't accept the risk, the extra perhaps perceived investment risk that a BPR solution might imply, then protection, life insurance in trust, provides what could be seen as an ideal solution without changing one's life. Now, provided the premiums are commercially acceptable, having a life insurance policy held in trust to provide the funds to meet the liability just when that liability arises on the death of typically the second of a couple to die, looks like a pretty near to perfect solution, provided the cost is acceptable. The premiums are going to be, in almost every case, wholly exempt under the normal expenditure exemption, and if not, under the annual exemptions, and the sum assured will be paid out tax-free. So why not do more protection? Maybe it's just not talked about enough. It's certainly a solution that fits today's environment where there might be some concern, often unfounded, among clients that maybe more complex planning may be subject to attack from HMRC. The protection plan just pretty much won't be. You could just give almost a guarantee that this won't be attacked by HMRC, because it does very little to actually reduce the liability, but provides a significant sum of money to meet the liability just when it's required. So I suppose I'd leave you at the end of this message, at the end of this video, just saying reconsider protection as part of your overall inheritance tax solution. It provides what could be seen as a very acceptable solution where the impediment to planning is concern over access and control.